Last night's late inning drama led to another win for the Reds. And today, the Giants have to turn it around against the pitcher who tossed a no-hitter against them just last year. The June swoon officially ends today, but the Giants will try to turn the page on the calendar a little bit early. Giants and Reds, and it's coming up next.
Sunday afternoon baseball here at AT&T. A couple of good ones. Votto and Clark, they're coming into the ballpark as we get ready to wrap up this 4-game series. Hi again, everybody. I'm Dwayne Kuiper. Alongside me is Mike Krukow. Well, we like to think that ownage is ownage, and it really plays out. Well, Bailey's got pretty good ownage on the Giants. Hudson's got pretty good ownage on the Reds.
Well, you're right. Life is all about ownage at this game, and you think to yourself, it's just about a year ago that Homer Bailey threw a no-hitter against the Giants, and you think to yourself, well, this is not good. He's 5-2 lifetime. How are you going to beat him? Well, you trump him with a guy who's 5-1 lifetime against the Reds, and that would be Tim Hudson, and they desperately need a win, and they need a good outing out of Big Tim today.
All right, should be a fun day here at the ballpark. Giants look to stop this losing streak. When we come back, we will have the first pitch right after this.
Out of the dugout. Our game time weather is presented by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. Get to the beach. The admission-free boardwalk is now open every day. 73 degrees here at the yard. Light winds, humidity at 60%, and it's a nice warm afternoon. Take a look at the Reds lineup. They've won the first 3 games in this series. It'll go like this. Hamilton, who's had a good series and a good season against the Giants, he will lead it off. Followed by Frazier, Votto, and then Phillips. Jay Bruce will hit 5th. Pena, the catcher, hitting 6th. Schumacher, Cozart, and Bailey will round it out.
On the hill today for the Giants will be the 38-year-old right-hander, Tim Hudson, in his 15th year at the big league level, 6'1", 175-pounder. make a start number 16, 7-4 on the year with a 2.62 ERA. The Giants are 10-4 when he toes the rubber. 7-1 here in San Francisco at AT&T Park, and lifetime against the Reds 5-1 with a 3.20 ERA.
And Billy Hamilton takes a call strike.
With Hudson, you're going to see sink, good hard slider. You'll cut the ball, curveball, change up, split. It'll give you a lot of different looks.
Hamilton takes wide. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. He's hitting at .282, 4 home runs, 27 driven in. And he bounces this one to the ball, and that's how this game gets started.
Let's take a look at the Giants defense playing behind Hudson today, starting in the outfield from left to right. It'll be Morse, Blanco, and Pence. Crawford and Sandoval on the left side of the infield. Panic and Duvall on the right side. A couple of Fresno Grizzlies a couple weeks ago. And behind the plate doing the catching in the squad will be Buster Posey.
Here's Frazier. Frazier hitting .284. And he fouls this one at the plate. The Reds started out this road trip in Chicago, and they took 2 out of 3 from the Cubs. Of course, they've won the first 3 games in this series. And the 0-1 delivery to Frazier is hit on the ground to Crawford. Crawford, good rhythm. 2 out. Frazier on the road trip 9 for 26, and they got 3 more games to go in San Diego. So here's Votto. Votto hitting .260. His road trip isn't quite as good as some of the others. He's 2 for 17. But the one thing about Votto is he's going to get on base as he rolls this one to Duvall, and that's going to end the inning. 6 pitches for Hudson. Giants are coming up.
Baseball on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area is brought to you by Jack in the Box. Head to Jack in the Box for the new Jalapeno Ranch or Barbecue Ultimate Cheeseburgers at participating restaurants. And by Toyota, #1 in MPG, durability and resale value. Toyota, let's go places.
Here you see outside of the ballpark, it's a 0-0 ball game. Take a quick look at the Giants starting lineup brought to you by Coors Light. It'll be Blanco, Hunter Pence. And Hunter Pence, good numbers against the Cincinnati Reds, followed by Posey, Sandoval, and Morse. Duvall gets a start. He's hitting 6th. Then it's Crawford, Panic, and Hudson.
On the hill today for the Cincinnati Reds will be Homer Bailey, the 28-year-old right-hander, 6'4", 230 pounds. In his 6th year in the big league level out of LaGrange, Texas. You take a look at his numbers this year. 7-4, the 4.80 ERA. Good stuff. 87 strikeouts at 95 2/3. You're going to see a low to high 90s fastball, depending on the grip and the mood. He's got a curveball, slider, and a changeup, and a command of all four. He is tough. Just about a year ago, he no-hit the Giants, and it really wasn't even fair that particular day.
Blanco takes a strike, hitting .240. Blanco went 2 for 5 in the game last night. Overall 3 for 12 in the series.
Homer Bailey lifetime against the Giants, 5-2.
The catcher Pena didn't see it at first, and now Frazier calls him off and makes the catch.
Take a look at that defense for the Cincinnati Reds behind Homer Bailey, starting in their outfield. From left to right, it'll be Schumacher, Hamilton, and Bruce. Cozart and Frazier on the left side of the infield. Phillips and Votto on the right side, and Brian Pena will be in the squad, putting down the signs. Great arms across the board in the outfield for the Reds. They all can throw. This is a defense that is ranked #1 in the National League.
So here's Pence. Pence takes a strike. That's DJ Rayburn behind the dish. Holberg at first, Kellogg at second, Bellino at third.
Rayburn's a low ball umpire, and he can be tight, and as the game wears on, it can tighten up, especially with 2 strikes.
Pitch was inside, and Pence fouls it back.
At times you think this guy just doesn't like to ring hitters up in 2-strike situations. And if you were to classify him a hitters or a pitcher's umpire, you'd say he favors the hitters. One thing about both pitchers today, they both have exceptional command, and working with a tight strike zone is really not a handicap.
Pence taps this one back to Bailey, and Bailey throws him out. Kirk Reeder here today.
Well, for the longest time, he was the good luck charm in that Giants clubhouse, the winningest left-hander in San Francisco Giants history. And the Giants pulling out all stops. As today is Pixar Day, they had the Woody, the Pixar Woody was on the field today, standing next to Kirk Reeder, which was kind of unusual. We got a kick out of it.
One is aging, the other's not. There's a strike to Posey.
Yeah, I think that
one's losing his hair, the other's not. One's getting a little bit of a boiler, the other one's not.
Other than that, he looks good.
No, Woody looks great. Yeah, see, look at the guy on the left. He doesn't age. Guy on the right, he's doing pretty good himself.
Son of a building block, it's Woody.
Posey, an emergency swing, fouls this one to stay alive.
That is a world-class emergency swing. Kids at home, you need to learn this. If you're going to be a National League Most Valuable Player, you need to know how to stay alive on a nasty pitch.
Posey goes the other way, foul.
All right, we talked about world-class emergency swing. Here it is. I mean, it's almost like he took that right out of the glove of Brian Pena, the catcher.
Deep to left field. Schumacher back, and he makes the catch up against the wall, and that'll end the inning. So a nice play by Skip Schumacher. Second inning coming up. far, what has been raised? Well, $275,000, the goal. And everybody's hoping that we can reach $400,000. And we are grateful for all the donations so far received. Just a reminder that if you donate the $50 stretch level, you receive a Hunter Pence bobblehead as a thank you gift. So you have time to donate. Go to jrgiants.org and you can join our efforts.
Well, it's a pretty good seat right there. I'm impressed. I would not go there.
Here's Brandon Phillips. Phillips hitting .275. Well, I think the fact that she's got her glove, I'm impressed with that.
Total gamer, babe. Total gamer, babe.
Is the glove tied on or is she tied on?
Both.
Popped out to Hunter Pence.
All right, time now for our Nissan keys to the game. And number one, get Romo back into the game. Today, before the game, Bruce Bochy has said that it will now be closer by committee. He's going to take a little pressure off Romo. He'll be setting up, but it's important to get him right. Number two, score early and often. The Reds are a team that has proven that they can come back, and for the Giants trying to get out of this funk, they need to score early and often. Those are our Nissan keys to the game.
Here's Jay Bruce, who takes a strike. Closer by a couple of guys.
Closer by a couple of guys.
Overshift is on. Sandoval playing the shortstop position. He is psyched about that. Pablo, a big Omar Vizquel guy. Full foul. On deck is Brian Pena. Tapped, foul, and it remains at 1-2.
Anytime you look at Tim Hudson and how he starts the ball game, you look at how the balls are coming off the bats. I mean, that'll tell you how good the sinker is. And so far, he has definitely established that in the minds of the Cincinnati Reds. Put a lot of balls on the ground.
Wide to make it 2-2. Bruce is 3 for 7 lifetime against Hudson. He's got a double. He's got a home run against him.
Pena standing on the circle, no bat. That looks a little weird. I got to be honest with you.
It's got to be there somewhere. Got him.
In front door, the hard slider, and that's a late, quick break. And it totally eats up Bruce. And he's seeing that ball, and he's thinking that's a fastball, and all of a sudden, at the very end, it's gone.
Panic. Duvall. Side retired. Sandoval, Morris, Duvall coming up.
Comes from Matt Cain on the Giants' woes in the month of June. You have to be resilient. I think how we respond is going to show what kind of team we have. We know the guys we have in here are able to do that. That's our Geico quote of the game.
And those are a couple of the guys. It'll be Sandoval, Morris, and Duvall.
Well, they're getting tested. This is the last game in the month of June, however, and that could be a good thing.
Sandoval takes a pitch high. Sandoval 0 for 2 yesterday with 3 walks. And he takes another one wide, 2-0. Morris to follow. Sandoval right off the camera basket. Hung in front of the club level. It's 2 balls and 1 strike.
A mighty rip. How you're supposed to swing 2-0. Tried to go inside. It looked like a 2-seam fastball.
Well, let's see if he shows us how you're supposed to swing 3 and 1. He does.
I'd say that's a pretty well balanced hack right there.
He does.
Let's take a look at our Expo. It's brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. And we talked about Bailey, a big guy, 6'4", 230, very compact motion. You see the left arm, the left leg come out at the same time. And when he plants that front foot, hand in a high position, and he gets out front with a good release, that's our Expo.
Time for the shades.
It's time.
Oh my gosh.
Did your life just improve?
Yeah. Beautiful. And the payoff. Hit on the ground to second. Here's our AT&T U-verse rewind. Matt Cain last night. All he did was go 7 innings, 6 hits, no runs, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, and he threw 99 pitches.
Well, think about it. Coming into last night's ball game, he was 0-3 and an ERA in the 8s the previous 3 starts. So last night, a very different Matt Cain, and the one thing that really jumped off the page was his fastball command. He had it, and the results are what usually follows when he's picking apart the strike zone with that fastball. It's a good night.
So here's Morris. Morris 0 for 8 in this series, 0 for 3 last night. And he lines this one, and it's going to be Schumacher who makes the catch. Let's check in with Amy G.
All right, guys, it's an all Brandon weekend, so how about a belt update last night with Fresno? 3 for 4, 2 doubles, and the game-winning RBI. Now, previously, Bruce Bochy said Brandon would not be joining the team in San Diego. Today, he has changed that and said he really likes how Brandon is swinging the bat. He may very well be with the team going to San Diego, guys.
All right. Yeah, well, we predicted that 2 weeks ago. You know, play that you heard it here first. You did. Duvall hitting 182.
Well, it's going to be nice to get Brandon Belt back on the field, that's for sure. And the same thing can be said for Angel Pagan. Get that energy source back in the lineup.
Saw Pagan and Adrianza both running today, and it was like, look at those 2 gazelles. They were running beautifully. 1 and 2 to Duvall.
That's a way to keep shade on your face in a very stylish fashion. Nicely done. It is a day for hats. Gorgeous sunshiny day here on the Bay.
No swing. Duvall gets another shot.
Pat Hoberg, the first base umpire.
Crawford on deck, 2 outs. Foul back. So it remains at 2-2. There's Crawford. Giants are 8-8 now against the National League Central. They're 4 games over 500 at home. And that's a swing and a miss to end the inning. First strikeout for Bailey. 3rd inning coming up. Brought to you by North Lake Tahoe. Real summer, real close. I'm into that.
Oh, yeah. We're also into McCovey Cove. And it is happening out there today.
Here's Schumacher. Schumacher takes the first pitch wide.
Now, why hasn't anybody thought of this before? That looks like a lot of fun.
So we got 2 moms, 1 mom. Kind of playing the role of keeping an eye on the kids. It does look like fun. If I was a kid, man, that's where I'd want to be.
That's captured my imagination.
And a strike to Schumacher.
All right. Our 4-legged friend wearing his colors. Her colors.
Somebody's going to flip him in. 2-1 pitch. Here it is to Schumacher, and it's wide, 3-1.
Oh, it's a tight zone right now. A couple pitches in this 4-pitch sequence to Schumacher has Hudson kind of scratching his head, but it is what it is with DJ Rayburn. And as tight as it is throughout the at-bat, with 2 strikes, it's even tighter.
And that's foul down the left field line. Bounces over the tarp and then back on the field. And Bob Nealis, we've got some work for Bob.
Is he making friends down there?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Just remember, the world loves a boiler.
Payoff pitch, here it is. And that's a base hit right over the bag. So Schumacher picks up the first hit of the game.
Well, we'd like to say hello to Melanie Smith, well beloved. She's here today with her sons Hayden, Mason, and Everett. And they're all huge Giants fans. It's Melanie's birthday, so we'd also like to say happy birthday, Mel.
Happy birthday. I think she's where she wants to be, and so are those boys. Here's Cozart. Seen enough of him in this series.
Yeah, he has been a huge difference maker in this series. Coming up with a lot of big hits. Well, break out the outrigger, head out to the bay. That's a well choreographed group.
Cozart 1 for 5 lifetime against Tim Hudson. And he looks at a strike.
Hudson does just about everything on that mound right. He unloads quickly out of the stretch. He varies his rhythm with which he goes home. Varies his head looks. Feels his position well. Nice two-pitch sequence there. Going inside with the fastball, going outside with the fastball. Bang, bang. Working the corners. That's how you establish inside, outside, is with strikes.
Blocked by Posey, 1-2.
Say what you want about knocking a guy down or drilling him or moving his feet. You don't really impress a big leaguer on the inside part of the strike zone until you throw a strike there. And that was something I learned from Frank Robinson, one of the greatest hitters to play in this game. Because hitters will guess. They'll guess in, they'll guess out with the fastball. And if you don't establish a strike on both sides of the plate, they just sit on one side. And when you come to it, they will hit it.
Fouled at the plate. It remains 1-2.
But if you prove to a hitter you can throw a strike in and out, that's a whole different deal.
How about Homer Bailey being on deck?
Well, he's out there, but he's not really into it.
One and two. And that's why Homer Bailey was where he was at. If he's in the on deck circle, he gets winged.
And they're still looking for it. They can't find it.
The spot where you got to keep an eye on the hitter at all times. Curveball. I suppose he's going to come back. He got the hit in the 11th to give the Reds the lead.
Nice, clean, crisp base hit back up the middle, scored two. It's one of the few times that this year we've seen Gene Machi get hit, and that was a hittable pitch. It was a hanging fork right at the belt, and Cozart made him pay. And he's been going back up the middle a lot, and not just in two strikes either.
And that's off the end of the bat, foul, as it caroms right back to Hudson. And it remains 1-2.
Well, it's his first game. Only one thing to do, get a win for him, huh?
Giants with 46 wins on the year. The Reds with 42.
Close. Remember the scouting report on DJ Rayburn. He does not like to ring guys up. You really have to catch a lot of the strike zone. You're not going to see many corner call strike threes. Just missed.
Buster held it there a long time.
When he holds it there a long time, it's a little silent protest. Letting the umpire know he thinks he missed it.
Foul back. Stand next to Keith. Maybe giving Keith some suggestions.
About how to run camera?
Yeah.
I think Homer Bailey is fearful of getting drilled. He's looking for cover.
He's looking for the American League.
Not a bad hitting pitcher either.
A little bit of a lean by Schumacher. He's got one steal. Got him.
Persistence and a great slider. Right now we're going to talk about our Ford Ride choice. 2 no-hitters within the span of a calendar year in the expansion era. Well, it's happened 3 times with Nolan Ryan. It happened once with Sandy Koufax. It happened with Homer Bailey, one of which were against the Giants, and it happened with Tim Lincecum. And that's 2 no-hitters in a calendar year by a single guy.
So Lincecum's got until July 13th to get 3.
Yep. Could happen.
All right.
Could happen Tuesday.
Bailey bunts this one out in front of home plate, and Posey will flip it to Cannon. This was the last out in Bailey's no-hitter. It was Gregor Blanco. And that was a big night for Homer Bailey.
Oh, he was something else that night. There was no surprise that he threw a no-hitter with what he was featuring.
So here's Hamilton, who bounced to Duvall to open up the ball game. This is the second time now Hamilton has faced Hudson. Prior to today, at least during the regular season, no history between these two. And a strike to even the count. Hudson allowed a leadoff single here to Schumacher. Schumacher now at second base with 2 outs. Tight to Billy Hamilton.
Watch Buster Posey really setting his target up very late. He'll wait till Hudson actually starts his motion home. And the reason for this, Skip Schumacher at second base is very good at stealing sign, stealing location, and relaying it to the hitter by way of sign. And you have to respect that if you're a catcher and a pitcher. You don't want to tip anything too soon, especially location. I always felt that the guys who were the best at giving signs at second base to the hitter were middle infielders. And Schumacher is one of those guys that can play every position, but certainly can play the middle of the field. Very smart player.
Two and two to Hamilton. Hit out into right center field, and it's going to fall. Coming in to score is Schumacher. Hamilton's got a double.
Well, they put an exaggerated shift on to defend against Billy Hamilton, and he kind of split Hunter Pence and Gregor Blanco. I mean, if this is a normal defense, they may have had a chance to get this fly ball. And it has kind of been the theme of this entire series. Wherever the Giants have set the defense, the Reds have been able to hit away from it. Some by design, some by happenstance. Nevertheless, a nice 2-out RBI.
So here's Frazier. Frazier bounced out to Crawford in the first inning. So the bottom of the lineup sets it up for the top of the lineup, and the Reds cash in on the base hit by Hamilton. Back to Hamilton, and they'll end the inning, or make Hudson, and they'll end the inning. Reds on the board. It'll be Crawford to lead things off. Tuesday, July 1st, Tim Lincecum's next start, and you can take advantage of the no-hitter special. Ticket offer is tickets for the game versus the Cardinals next Tuesday, $20. When purchasing tickets at sfgiants.com/tickets, use the coupon code Timmy. 1-0 Reds is Crawford will lead things off. It'll be Crawford, Panic, and then Hudson. And Crawford skies this one out to Hamilton in center field. 1 out.
7 in a row retired by Homer Bailey.
Couple of line drives. Posey hit one to the wall in left field. Morris hit a sinking line drive. Here's Panic.
See the numbers at Fresno for Panic. He was leading the Pacific Coast League in hits at the time of his call-up. Last night, a couple of hits, entered an 0 for 14 slide, so he's feeling better about life.
Right at Schumacher. 2 outs. And here's Hudson.
Number 17, the pitcher, Tim Hudson.
Hudson is hitting at .065. Hudson is 2 for 31 as he pops this one back and out of play.
Yeah, he's a better hitter than 2 for 31. Oh, we had a play from a fan. Club level. Nice play. Had a bit.
And a strike from Homer Bailey. It's 0-2. And this has popped up. Votto's going to come over. And it's going to be on top of the dugout.
All right, watch this one. It bounces all the way from the lower level up and it ended up being a perfect serve. And yes, you are the man.
Nice play. Hudson out swinging to end the inning. Bailey with 2 strikeouts through 3. It's 1-0 Cincinnati. Electrifying play of the week. Let's go back to Wednesday. Tim Lincecum. On the ground to Panic. Panic to Posey. And Lincecum has done it again. He has no-hit the San Diego Padres for the 2nd time in 2 years. What a great performance by that kid.
Shortest post-game interview on the field ever.
Ever. Here's Votto. Ever. Votto bounced out to Duvall in his only other at-bat. Every once in a while you see the quickness of someone that maybe you didn't expect. Amy G's quick.
Yeah, I didn't know she was that quick.
There's a strike to even the count.
The way she moved, you'd swear she had a fear of Gatorade.
Gators, Gatorade. Here's the 1-1 with Phillips on deck. Votto pokes it foul down the left field line. Votto lifetime against Hudson is 2 for 12.
Just working that outside corner with Sink.
Hit out to Morris, and Morris will put it away. All right, let's check in with that very quick Amy G.
Yes, I might be quick on my feet, but one thing Joe Panic's trying to do, you guys, is slow everything down. And last night it showed he looked a lot more comfortable at the plate. He recorded his first hit here at AT&T Park, and I spoke to him before today's game. He said once he got to San Francisco, the game just sped up on him. Boch gave him a night off on Friday, and he used it, guys, to regroup and just slow everything down, and it showed last night in his performance. Dwayne, Mike?
Yeah, it did. That is the hardest thing to do, is trying to keep everything kind of to a dull roar. If not, it's a loud roar, and it gets louder.
Well, that's the one thing that blows everybody away when they get to the big leagues for the first time. It's the speed of the game. It's the difference between AAA and the big leagues is huge, and it's all about speed.
Popped up. Panic or Pence? Panic. Backpedaling. 2 out. And that'll bring up Jay Bruce.
Mr. Pence, I think, saying, listen, it's easier for me to make that play than you.
Panic doesn't have enough time to go out to Hunter and say, yo, dude, call me off.
A couple more years. Just give him time.
Bruce struck out on the second. Here he takes wide. Giants put the overshift on again with Jay Bruce at the plate. There it is.
Talked to the Giants groundskeeper, Greg Elliott, before the series, and he's almost apologizing for the grass out in center field that has died. There's a concert the last time the Giants were on the road.
Hit up the middle. Right there is Crawford.
And I said, you don't even notice it till you pointed it out to me.
You can notice it, but the field is playing great.
subsidiary of the San Francisco Giants and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of San Francisco Baseball Associates, LLC.
Well, today's the final day of the Junior Giants Stretch Drive. The Stretch Drive will help the Giants Community Fund continue to provide a free baseball program for 21,000 boys and girls in underserved neighborhoods. The fan support for this special fundraising drive has been amazing over the years, and we're grateful to Giants sponsors, vendors, players, owners, and front office staff who have stepped up to contribute. You can still join our efforts. Make a donation online at jrgiants.org. A $50 donation, you get a 100-pence bobblehead, and it supports a child for an entire season.
Go ahead, keep reading.
You read.
Here's Blanco. So all of a sudden, I was expecting a little bit more out of that reading of that copy.
Well, I actually read about half.
Kind of stopped. I was like, well, what's
I got
going
distracted.
on here?
I got distracted. I don't know why.
High to Blanco, 2 balls and no strikes. Pence to follow. 3-0. Rockies look like they've got a comfortable lead over the Brewers today in Milwaukee. It's 10-4 Colorado.
8th inning.
8th inning it is. And a 4-pitch walk to Blanco. Giants with their first base runner.
So there'll be no perfect game today. And the best part about that is it's a leadoff guy getting on base. There you see John Lasseter, the CEO for Pixar. It is Pixar Day here today, and Woody is the Grand Marshal of Pixar Day, as it should be. And after the game, folks who have bought the ticket are going to be able to watch Toy Story on the field. Very cool.
Pence takes high. That's 5 out of the strike zone. It's 1-0.
John Lasseter, a big Giants fan. And today we are kind of in the Pixar theme. You see the Hunter Pence font up on the center field scoreboard.
Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike.
That's a nice tight little slider and a 1-0 count. Think about Homer Bailey that impressed us during the no-hitter. He impressed us in the 2012 playoffs. He was incredible in that Game 3 in Cincinnati. He got a no decision. Is how he can manage power stuff, and he's got outstanding command. And when his slider gets it going, and it's like that last one you saw in a 1-0 count. It could be a rough day, especially for righties.
Tap slowly. Only play will be at first.
All right, time now for our Togo's big play. The Togo win last night. Buster Posey, a 9th inning double. Aroldis Chapman. And Posey in his career against Chapman, 3 for 5 with a couple of doubles. This was a huge swing of the bat because it tied the score and set up a runner at second, third, nobody out, and we were feeling pretty good. However, things did not turn out as we wanted. That was our Togo's big play, the Togo's way.
That's right. A perfect example of you can hardly assume that you're going to get that runner in from third with less than 2 outs. Posey out of play, and it's 0-1. Sandoval to follow. No balls and 2 strikes.
0-1 fastball, middle in. You say, how can he take that easy? He wasn't looking fastball. He was sitting on a breaking ball, an 0-1 count. And yes, he will guess a lot.
Down the right field line, it's going to be foul off the bricks. So Bailey's got Buster Posey at 0-2.
Fans are booing Joey Votto. The ball's about 20 feet behind him on the field, and he said, I'm leaving that one for the ball dude. Ball dude, Dr. Dick Cohen, coming in to clean up the mess, as he so often has done. Nice going, Doc.
Setting up in, and Blanco's going to take off, and he's out. So 1-5 on the caught stealing.
As soon as Bailey turned his head, he was off. The only thing that really did him in is that Bailey, once he turned his head, held his ground. And then all of a sudden, every Reds player in the infield was screaming, there he goes. And Bailey steps off, throws a strike over to Todd Frazier, and that's that.
And Buster goes around to end the inning. So the leadoff walk goes by the boards. After 4, it's 1-0.
Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area is brought to you by the Solar Company. Not just any solar company, the solar company. Switch to solar and save.
1-0 Reds. We're on the top of the 5th inning. As you see, life in the Cove is carefree and happy on a beautiful day here in the Bay. Tim Hudson getting set to work to Brian Pena. Pena 0-1 on the day, grounded out in the second.
So Pena, Schumacher, and Cozart, 1-0 Reds. On an RBI double by Billy Hamilton.
Really has stayed a lot on that outside corner. He knows he's got good movement on that sink. A lot of left-handers in this lineup today, and he's just going away, away, away with 2 speeds. Fastball and the changeup.
Hit up the middle. Panik has got it. He will flip it to the ball.
Well, time to log on to csnbayarea.com and decide the player of the game. Your vote counts. Winner will be revealed during Giants postgame live. Follow the action on the diamond like never before with enhanced Bloomberg stats and more. Giants in-game live on csnbayarea.com. Log on right now. Vote.
Here's Schumacher, who singled and scored. And he takes a strike. Schumacher with that base hit, only his third hit in 18 at-bats against Hudson. And this is tapped to Crawford. Crawford waits, throws. 2 outs. And here's Cozart.
Go Giants! Go Giants! John!
Hudson struck out Cozart in the 3rd inning.
Strike zone has really opened up a little bit this inning.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, it is. But he's earned it.
And comes back, maybe away from the location, nothing in 2. Dodgers Cardinals no score, 4th inning. Shelby Miller and that, I don't know, that left-handed guy.
Clayton something.
Clayton, yeah. 1 and 2. And that's pulled foul. Hudson rubs up the baseball. Two hits for the Cardinals. Both came in the 3rd inning. And it's just wide, 2 and 2. Close. And that's out of play. Day off tomorrow for the Gigantes. And then the Cardinals Tuesday night. 2-2 pitch. Here it is. Got him again. And that'll end the inning. 3 strikeouts for Jim Hudson, and it'll be Sandoval Morris
Giants game. Get your pictures ready and get your Twitter account going. Hashtag CSNBA fan photo to join our fan photo contest. It is sponsored by AT&T. Get a chance to be on one of our broadcasts today. The lucky winner is Matthew Pope. He is from San Francisco and he is showing off his little panda cub, and we like it. We're digging it. Send him in. Dwayne and Mike.
Gamer baby. 1-0 Reds. Giants have a base runner. They do not have a hit. And it'll be Sandoval, Morrison, Duvall facing Homer Bailey. And Homer Bailey's only thrown 45 pitches. So Sandoval will take one low and away. 1 ball and no strikes.
First pitch curveball. We haven't seen many of those from Homer Bailey. Not on the first pitch, and he did not miss by much on the outside corner.
Sandoval rolls this one sharply foul.
If you look at Bailey and you remember his motion when he was throwing earlier games against the Giants, he didn't bring his hands over his head. Reds thought earlier this year that he may have been tipping off his pitches with his hands as he came to the start position. So he went back to bringing the mitt over his head just so he wouldn't tip a pitch.
And Michael Morris is going to rethink where he's standing.
Is that close?
Well, he's creeping up to the batter's box, and that went right over his helmet.
Well, hitters, they want to get as close as they can to see the ball come out of the pitcher's hand. I mean, if hitters could, if you have a left-handed hitter up there like Sandoval, they would like to stand in the right-hander's batter's box, if they could. Hitters. And a high strike. We talked about the strike zone kind of opened up this inning, and there's an example of it. Little wraparound cutter in the outside corner. We have not seen many belt high strikes at all, and that will make any hitter a bit frustrated. That is not a strike. At least it hasn't been until that pitch was called a strike today.
So here's Morris. Morris lined out to left. A little pop up behind second base that Phillips is going to catch. 2 outs. And that'll bring up Duvall.
Well, that winds up being a big league jam job right there. Sandoval still shaking his head.
Duvall skies this one to left on the first pitch. And that'll end the inning. Through 5 innings, it's 1-0 Reds as we head to the 6th. Cardinals will be in town on Tuesday night. There are $14 dynamic deal tickets available for that night game. And a post-game fireworks show was added for the July 2nd game. So get a jump start on your Independence Day holiday. Cards and Giants. Post-game fireworks. Day baseball on the 3rd. Go to sfgiants.com/tickets. Here's Bailey. And Bailey takes a strike. Bailey, Hamilton, and then Frazier. And Bailey pops this one out of play. It's 0-2. Hudson's only allowed 2 hits. Both those hits came in the 3rd. And it's way outside a waste pitch. 1-2. On deck is Billy Hamilton. And Bailey goes around for out number 1. Yeah, there's a couple of guys that'll get you out of a slump.
Slump busters, the Pacific Sock Exchange. Will Clark, Kevin Mitchell. A lot of fun to play with those guys.
Don't remember that uniform on the left. I don't.
I think that's his tuxedo.
I don't remember Will Clark approving that one. Here's Hamilton. He doubled in a run in the 3rd. And he takes wide, 1-0. Corners are in. Two balls, no strikes. Hamilton looks at a strike, 2-1.
Billy Hamilton being asked to learn the game at the big league level. Physical tools are such that he got through the minor league quickly. And now he's up here learning the finer points of leadoff position.
As a shortstop.
Well, I can see that. I mean, as athletic as he is, he's got a great arm. With his speed, he's got great range. Found a nice home in center field. When you start talking about comparing his abilities in center field with other guys in the National League, he's got as much range as anybody. In fact, he may have more than everybody. This guy is going to be an all-star some year. And he's going to probably make that team more than once.
And maybe this year. So Hamilton is retired. No. Are they going to call it back? They are.
That's a little perplexed, as is the skipper. He's going to want to have an explanation of this. And he's going to ask Buster if he heard it. And Buster will give him an answer. Especially with the umpire right there standing, hearing what he has to say. Not that that would have made a difference. Let's listen. Yeah, he took it. The question was whether or not it hit the ground.
Yeah, that's the key.
Yeah, I think it did. You saw a lot of dirt kick up.
Panic to the ball, 2 outs. So here's Frazier with 2 outs and nobody out.
There's the three Brandons. This has been the All Brandon weekend. The last day of June, where the Giants will be playing a game. Next time they reconvene will be Tuesday against the Cardinals, and it'll be July.
And that is flipped over the head of Sandoval. And Frazier's got a 2-out single. And here's Votto. Votto's bounced out and flied out. Panic's got it. He'll get up and throw, and that ends the inning. Nice play by Joe Panic. Crawford, Panic, Hudson coming up.
The Bay Area is brought to you by Heffernan Insurance Brokers, offering business and personal insurance, employee benefits, and financial services. Visit us at hefins.com and by Xfinity, home of the most live sports.
A 1-0 lead for the Reds. Homer Bailey here in the 6th inning is allowed one base runner. That was a walk. So he's not allowed to hit. And it'll be Crawford who lined out to center field to lead things off. And here he takes a strike.
Yeah, the team struggling as the Giants have been with the offense. Running into a buzzsaw, a guy who's always had pretty good ownage on him.
Little flare. And Cozart's going to run it down. Here's Joe Panic, who made a nice play to end the 6th.
This really was a nice play. How quickly he got up. And watch him get on his right knee, find his balance point right here, and then push up to his feet quickly. And with Votto, he had a little extra time, took it, got himself gathered. Nice play.
So Panic steps up. He hit a fly ball to the left. And there's a breaking ball for a strike, and it's 0-1. For Homer Bailey, 1 walk and 4 strikeouts. He walked Blanco to lead off the 4th, and then Blanco, trying to steal 3rd, was picked off, and that's fouled out of play. It's 0-2. Tim Hudson to follow. And it's wide. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Two and two. Only 58 pitches for Homer Bailey.
He's been very efficient. Really has not made a lot of mistakes out of the middle of the plate. And a power arm with corner control. That's a rough combination.
Tap to Votto. This is going to end the inning. Or check that. There's 2 outs. Now Hudson's coming up. Hudson struck out in the 3rd. Hudson takes a pitch in tight. Hudson's, as Mike mentioned earlier, a pretty good hitter. He could break this up.
Right now you're thinking about that. I mean, that's become the big topic in the dugout. Break up the no-hitter.
Well, especially with 2 outs and nobody on. That's fouled out of play.
The only base runner, a leadoff walk to Gregor Blanco in the 4th.
Hudson pops it up. Cozart stays with it, and that will end the inning. Through 6, it's 1-0 Reds. Dealer. Pretty simple. Bailey hasn't allowed a hit. He struck out 4. Hudson's allowed 3 hits, but 2 came in the same inning, and that was the 3rd. And Billy Hamilton has the double that knocked in the only run. So here it'll be Phillips, Bruce, and Pena. A little bit of concern. Here's Phillips. Phillips has popped out twice.
Phillips has one of the more unusual rhythms you'll see of a hitter getting into the batter's box. I mean, number one, he's very relaxed, and he plays second base the same way. He's completely at peace on a baseball field. He gets in, he's kind of relaxed, spreads out a little bit, and he does some things with the bat in a waggle that sets him apart from other hitters. He just has a way of making that bat look really longer than it is. And I got to believe there's a lot of wiffle ball players that are 12 years and younger in Ohio that are doing the Brandon Phillips.
1-2. You just got to remember this. He made 2 really awful swings in his at bat against Romo in the 9th.
Yep.
And then he hit one out.
He really does give a pitcher a false set of security by some of the swings he takes against him. But as you point out, I mean, you make a mistake and he's going to hurt you. The home run you're talking about came in a 2-strike situation off a slider that just had hung right up there, middle in. And this turned a 1-0 lead into a 2-1 deficit.
Two balls, 2 strikes. So be tapped to Crawford. The throw on the run. And Phillips is retired.
I think about Brandon Crawford, as we've come to appreciate, he's very accurate throwing across his body, and that's not an easy throw to make. That's a lot of momentum coming over the third base line. Makes the exchange. Cross body throw, high release. Right on the money.
Here's Jay Bruce. Bruce takes a strike. Overshift is on for Bruce. Just watched part of the Dodger game. The Cardinals put the overshift on Adrian Gonzalez with a man on first and nobody out. You know what he did? He laid down a perfect bunt down the third base line.
Well, it's there.
Panic from shallow right field. 2 out.
I really don't know why guys don't do it more. I mean, I understand the guy has power, but if you're down 3 runs and they're giving you that, why not put a runner on base? Now with that ground ball, the defense gets back to their normal positioning.
Here's Pena. For the Giants in the 7th inning. Remember, Bailey is not allowed to hit, and he's faced the minimum. So that means in the 7th inning, Blanco will lead things off.
Well, you know, you're not having a great offensive day as a team if you're the leadoff hitter and you're not getting your 3rd at bat till the 7th
yes,
inning.
That's not a good thing. There's a strike. It's 1-2. Hamilton, and Hudson's throwing terrific. Hamilton got his 3rd at bat in the 6th inning. And that's why 2-2.
Take a look at the compact, very repeatable delivery. Hands very low, very quiet. Comes up high off the back leg, centers. The push comes off the inside part of the back foot, and his follow through is exceptional. And he always has had great extension when he begins his bend at the waist.
Pence on the move, and Pence is not going to get it. Pena decided now to go for 3, and he's going to make it. Looking at the flags, Mike, that ball took off.
It really did. And the flags out in right center are blowing straight out towards the Oakland Coliseum. This is a 2-strike at bat from Pena. One of the few mistakes we've seen up above the belt today from Hudson, who's really had great command below the knees. And here's that carry you're talking about. It takes off on Hunter Pence. I got to believe when that ball was first hit, Hunter Pence was thinking, I got this in the bag.
Yep.
And even an average speeded catcher can give himself a triple. And he didn't even have to slide, really. Gets one every couple of years.
Here's Schumacher. He's 1 for 2. And he bounces this one to Duvall, and that'll end the inning. For the Giants, Blanco, Pence, and Posey. They need a hit. They need a couple of runs.
Nothing Reds. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning. We'd like to say on behalf of the Giants Community Fund and Willie McCovey, thank you to everyone for your tremendous support of the stretch drive. It's not too late to donate. You can still show your support online. Go to jrgiants.org. The kids in our Junior Giants baseball program truly thank you. You are making a large contribution to bettering their lives. $310,000 have been raised so far today, and you spend $50, you get a 100 pence bobblehead. $1,500, you get a 100 pence personalized bat, and every dime of it goes to those kids. There is no red tape involved in this charity. Again, thank you on behalf of Willie McCovey and the Giants Community Fund.
So it'll be Blanco to lead things off. Blanco is popped out and he's walked. And he takes high, 1 ball and no strikes. In at third is Frazier. Hunter Pence to follow. Hit out into center field, but it's right at the center fielder Hamilton. 1 out. And that'll bring up Pence.
Just had a visit from a former Cincinnati Red, one of the hardest throwers to ever pitch in this game, Jim Maloney. Living in Fresno now. He threw hard.
He did. Here's Pence. Pence takes a ball, 1 ball and no strikes. Pence has bounced out twice, once back to the pitcher and once to the shortstop Cozart. Another sellout today, 41,541. Two balls and 1 strike.
Oh, and how many times have we seen Homer Bailey do that with a count that favors the hitter? Takes that slider and absolutely nails it to a corner location.
Pence bounces it foul. So it's 2-2. Look out. That's one where you got to pay attention down the right field line. Bailey looking in. Target is set in. And this is pulled behind Tim Flannery.
He's hit a bullet down the right field foul. Now he's hit a bullet down the left field side foul. You just have to get it between the lines. Sometimes it's not an easy thing to do.
And a 1 hopper. It's 3-2 now to Pence. Here's the payoff. And Pence stays alive. Which was up.
It looked to me like it was kind of a cut fastball by the flat break, either that or a hanging slider. After he threw the pitch, though, Bailey slapped his glove as if he knew he'd made a mistake. So I got to believe it was the hanging slider variety.
Got him.
Again, payoff pitch, a slider, and a good one.
Yeah, Buster Posey's at that in the first. Looked like he was going to pick up a base hit over Schumacher, but Schumacher made a nice catch.
Just a top spin line drive right on the screws. And Schumacher going back, making a spectacular high over the head backhander. And that ended it for the Giants in the first, and that's as close as they've really gotten to a hit. And I guarantee that Homer Bailey's thinking about the no-hitter right now.
Throws him an off-speed pitch and a call strike.
Back and chart all of the pitches that he's throwing when he's been behind in the count. There haven't been many fastballs. A lot of sliders.
And a base hit to right field for Buster Posey. He can hit.
That's concession. Go the other way, and really, I think Homer Bailey has earned that. And a real nice example of letting the ball get to him and then taking what the pitcher gives you. Go the opposite way. It's a hard thing to be disciplined when your team's down by a run. And you know you have home run power, but sometimes you have to tip your cap to your opponent and take what he gives you. Beautiful at bat. And now Pablo Sandoval gets to hit Bailey out of the stretch.
Sandoval has bounced out and struck out. 1 ball and no strikes. A little bit of an overthrow. Two and 0. Outfield straightaway and deep. 2-0 to Sandoval. 2 balls and 1 strike. Sandoval fouls this one off of the shoulder of Brian Pena, and it's 2-2. Sandoval just trying to move the line along. Yeah, it'd be great if he could knock one out of the park. But Bailey's been tough today. It's 2-2.
He's shaken about 5 times here. Now Brian Pena, the catcher, is going to start it all over again. I mean, there's one pitch, one location that Bailey wants, and he hadn't gotten it in the sign from Pena, the catcher.
This is going to be out of play.
So he went to the slider off the plate in, and he really broke both elbows down in the swing of Pablo Sandoval. Really, that has been the money pitch all day long for Bailey. When he's needed to make a pitch, it has been to the slider that he's gone to.
So it's 2-2 to Sandoval. Shallow center field, and it's going to fall. So the Giants will have an opportunity to tie the game now with Posey at third and Morris coming up.
You got to be strong to be able to fist it out there where that ball hit the bat. And this is where the Giants catch a break. They had played Pablo Sandoval on the right center field side of center, and not even the speed of Billy Hamilton could make up for it. So it was going to be Zach Cozart, and nobody could come up as it's right into the Bermuda Triangle, and the Giants are alive, and now they set it up for Michael Morris.
Morris is lined out to left. And he's popped out to second. And a swing and a miss. No balls and 1 strike. 0-1 to Morris. 0-2.
Pat Hoberg, first base umpire, saying he did not check. Hard slider on the outside corner. And let's take a look and see if he went around. Yep, he did. When you hold the bat like he does, it really cranks his hands down the bottom of that bat. Hard to hold up that bat head when you commit to a swing and try and stop.
Got him, and that'll end the inning. Giants strand a pair, 6 strikeouts for Bailey. We'll go to the 8th. It remains 1-0.
Webisode of Bull Shootin' ready for fans at CSNBayArea.com. It's with Javier Lopez. And Dwayne and Mikey gives us the inside scoop on the Giants' medieval/gladiator helmet thing. He also tells us the strategy of dousing Tim Lincecum not once, but twice with the Powerade buckets. You can find it at CSNBayArea.com. Bull Shootin', guys.
All right, Amy, we will check that out for sure. Here's Zach Cozart to lead it off here in the 8th inning. Giants trail by a run. And Cozart bounces this one into his opposite number, and Crawford is going to throw him out.
I think he enjoys that a little bit more because it's another shortstop.
Yeah, you'd like to make him run if you can. He didn't get a chance to do that.
Well, you could do that at second base. Yeah. I did see you do that a couple times.
So here's Bailey. Bailey, a sacrifice bunt in the 3rd, and then he struck out in the 6th.
It was always the same guy. He used to always make a run, too. Darryl Thomas.
No balls and 1 strike. And that's tapped foul. On deck is Billy Hamilton. The only run in this game came in the 3rd inning. And a curveball sends Bailey back to the dugout. All right, here's our McDonald's True Stories. On June 29th, 1999, Ellis Burke knocked out 2 home runs and a double. Also had a career high 7 RBIs. Giants won 10-1 at the stick. Kirk Reeder went the distance, and that was the last complete game of his career. The 7 RBIs tied a San Francisco Giants record for RBIs in a home game. 6 other Giants also had 7 RBIs in a home game. No Giant had as many RBIs in a home game since. 1-0 to Hamilton. Hamilton is 1 for 3. 2 balls and no strikes.
96 pitch on the day for Hudson. And with that, the Giants are moseying down to the bullpen. Jeremy Affeldt.
Two and one out of Hamilton. Two and two.
There's Affeldt.
And the fastball is high. That was pitch number 99 for Hudson. Hudson's a possible at bat in the 8th inning. He's due to hit 4th. Hamilton lifts it out of play on pitch number 100.
It's one of those situations where if you have speed like Hamilton, it's one of those things you cannot do. You cannot walk him. So in these 3-ball counts, I mean, he's going to get pretty much a steady diet of fastballs.
And he got him, and that'll end the inning. All right, for the Giants, Duvall, Crawford, and Panic coming up. Yahoo Sports Talk Live will come from the Plaza at 5 p.m., then pregame live at 6:30. And you can watch the Cardinals and the Giants right here on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. We'll have that game for you right at 7 o'clock. One nothing Reds. It'll be Duvall, Crawford, and Panic. Duvall is 0 for 2.
Boy, another slider, razor sharp precision. Right in that outside corner at the knees.
Skied to left for Schumacher. And Schumacher makes the catch. Don't forget to check out Sportsnet Central tonight after Giants post game live right here in Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. think Duvall might be saying he just missed that one.
Well, he got a good one to hit, and one of the few times that Homer Bailey has hung a slider, and that was it. And I'm sure he's thinking that very same thing in the Giants dugout right now. I just missed it.
Here's Crawford. He's lined out. He's popped out. Dodgers are shutting out the Cardinals 6-0. That game in the 6th inning. Rockies won today. They beat Milwaukee. Crawford takes low. It's 2-0.
There you see Manny Parra and Logan Andrusek getting heated up. You will not see Aroldis Chapman today. He has thrown 4 days in a row, and he is on the shelf.
Two and one to Crawford. Crawford out in front, rolls it foul. It's 2-2. So Crawford trying to reach for Panic. Got him.
Again, the slider, and he saved it. Got to the 2-strike count with fastballs and changeups, and then in a 2-strike, he drops a back foot slider on him. And watch the explosiveness of the slider. Strikeout number 7.
Joe Panic is flied out. He's bounced out. And he bounces this one to Joey Votto. And that's going to end the inning. So we'll head to the 9th. It's 1-0 Cincinnati.
Play of the game, we have been privileged to a pitching duel between Tim Hudson and Homer Bailey, and Homer Bailey has been 1 run better, and he is our Honda player of the game. 7 strikeouts on the day for Bailey, who's had an electric slider, and he has ridden it hard. And the Giants have only been able to muster 2 hits off of Homer Bailey, our player of the game.
Here's Frazier, who takes a strike. Hudson hasn't been too shabby either. He's given up 4 hits. 2 came, however, in the 3rd inning. Frazier takes wide. 1 ball and 1 strike. For the Giants in the bottom of this inning, they'll have a pinch hitter and then Blanco and Pence. So they need to get a couple of hitters on to get the big fellas up.
CIN now has joined Affeldt in the bullpen. You really can't find fault in Tim Hudson's outing. The ball that produced the run for the Reds was a 2-out double from Billy Hamilton. The Giants had overloaded the defense to the left center field side, and he just hit a fly ball to right center. If it's a normal positioning, it's an out in all likelihood. It's just been that kind of a series.
Tapped foul, 2-2.
And the Giants have set a defense. The Reds, more often than not, have been able to hit away from it. So you trying to explain it, you just say, well, it's June. They need to get into July. But still work to do here, and they've got 3 outs to try and turn this one around. But Hudson has to keep it here. Keep it at a 1-run deficit.
And for Frazier, he leads the inning off with a base hit. And Bruce Bochy's coming out. And with Joey Votto coming up to the plate, it'll be Affeldt who's coming in.
Now you're walking off the mound and you're trailing, and the reward that you get is the response from the fans here at AT&T. He was fantastic today.
And it's time for a change thing. Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and repair expert. Mike will also talk about the game with Murph and Mac tomorrow morning right around 7:35 on KMBR 680. 1-0 Reds here in the 9th. Frazier a leadoff single.
On the hill now for the Giants will be Jeremy Affeldt, 31st time that he's coming in, and the Giants are looking for a ground ball off the bat of Joey Votto, and Jeremy Affeldt is the kind of guy that can get that ground ball. Got a good sinker, low 90s, big curveball and a split. He spent a lot of the first month on the disabled list because of a knee problem that happened during spring training. Pitches with a brace now on his right leg. But since he's come off the DL, he has really had a nice season.
So Votto steps up. He's 0 for 3. Affeldt will check on Frazier, who's got 11 steals on the year. Lefty against lefty, and that's trickled foul. And it's 0-1. 7 hits in the game. The Reds with 5, the Giants with 2.
Look at the line for Tim Hudson. 8+ innings, 5 hits allowed, 1 run. He's responsible for the runner at first. No walks, 6 strikeouts. He just absolutely dealt.
0-2.
And Joey Votto going with the exaggerated choke on the bat. He's way up the bat. Actually, we saw him a little bit higher in yesterday's ball game.
This is going to be tapped foul, so it remains 0-2.
Guy chokes up for one reason. That's get more control of bat head. Usually the guys you see him choke up when they're late.
So Affeldt's been called for a balk.
Well, that's a big play. Let's see if he comes set. And that's what they call him. That's a bad call. They're saying that he did not come set before he came home. Once he brought his hands together, you have to make a stop.
Base hit left field. So Frazier will stop at third.
But if you watch his hands closely, when he came set, he went together and then he raised them up. And you cannot bring your hands down and then go up without a stop. And this is the balk. Watch his hands come set. And that is so ticky-tack.
You can call a balk almost on every pitcher if you're going to call it that way.
That's unbelievable.
So here's Phillips. Phillips takes a strike.
I mean, if you think about it, I mean, physicists will tell you, if you're bringing your hands in a downward motion, in order to go upwards, there has to be a point where you stop. And I've heard this argument from managers to umpires, and umpires have never had an answer for it once it's explained that way. And for DJ Rayburn to make a call in this regard in a one-run ball game, it's a critical play.
Bouncing around is Buster Posey trying to keep it close. On the play, Votto goes to second. It's a wild pitch. So now the Giants will pull the infield in. Runners at second and third.
You know, the thing that it's really frustrating for Bruce Bochy is you cannot go out and argue it.
No, you can't.
You take one step out of the dugout and argue it, you're gone.
Outside, 1-2. Frazier at third, Votto at second. And a high fastball, 2-2.
Strikeout situation. Pop up, comebacker, ground ball right at one of the infielders. Any one of those the Giants will take. Any form of a non-productive out. You see the lack of success that Phillips has had against Affeldt. No swing, says Pat Hoberg. All right, let's take a look. Did he go? Nope. Good call.
So it's 3-2. There is a base to play with if you're Affel. And it's tapped foul. There's a growth chart.
That's a good one.
Three and two to Phillips, ninth inning.
I think it's the actual size of Crawford and Belt.
I think it is. Hit to right. Pence will move over. Frazier will score. So it's 2-0.
And the balk has hurt the Giants.
Unless Votto is still hurting. He made no attempt to tag out.
None. I don't think he's 100%.
I don't either. And the breaking ball hits Bruce.
I think it may have hit him in the head.
So here's Pena.
Little breaking ball, it slips out of his hands. Hit him in the back of the neck.
Pitching line on Tim Hudson. 8 innings plus 1 batter. 5 hits, 2 runs.
Jeremy Affel looked over to Jay Bruce. Jay Bruce knew that it was not intentional. That's a breaking ball. If you're going to hit somebody, it's not going to be with a breaking ball. And it's certainly not what his intention was with that breaking ball at all.
Pena tripled in the 7th. One out, a run in, and a high fastball. 1 ball and no strikes. Hit on the ground, and Duvall has it trickle off his glove. Votto's going to score. Moving over to third is Bruce, and it's 3-0. So Pena hit that ball hard. That'll be a single and an RBI.
Now the fact that Duvall got any piece of it at all slowed it down, prevented the double, and prevented 2 runs from scoring. And watch, you can see how far Duvall is off the line, and this thing goes right to his left. And all he can do is just get a piece of it. So, Affel does get the ground ball he was pitching for, but it had a mind of its own.
Here's Schumacher. 1 for 3 for Schumacher. So the Reds did what they wanted to do in the 9th, and that's add on. You got a 1-run lead if you can get a couple in the 9th. Way outside, it's 1 ball and no strikes. Schumacher with a pitch up is what you would want in this situation, and get the ball in the air.
I got to believe that Bach really did infuriate Affeldt.
The 1-1 is a throw to first.
You know what happens when you get mad? You overthrow. You overthrow a curveball, you hit a guy in the back of the neck. You try and throw a sinker, you elevate above the hands. Anger and pitching do not mix.
Breaking ball in tight, 2-1. So that's the first one Affeldt has thrown since he hit Bruce. It's really a valuable weapon for him against left-handed hitters.
And that's the one thing about a big curveball is that they can be temperamental. There are going to be days where they do not show up. With Affeldt, I mean, he really used to be a two-pitch guy for the longest time. Fastball, when we first saw him, Kansas City, it was a fastball that was up in the mid to high 90s. Here's a pitch he wanted. It hasn't been a strike all day. Remember, this strike zone has been tight. But along the way, Affeldt picked up a split finger fastball, which has given him a different look, which is nice when those curveballs don't show up.
3-2. So Schumacher in a battle with Affeldt. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 2 runs in here in the 9th. And this is tap foul again.
Schumacher's one of those guys that the bigger the situation, the better at bat he seems to give you. And really, really gets short and quick with 2 strikes. Tough to strike out.
It's in like Jamie Carroll mode.
Yeah, same type of guy.
Great counsel, just tough. Just aggravating. You got a guy in Oakland at Nick Punto. Just tough.
Same type of guy.
On the ground, Sandoval's got it. Sandoval's only play now will be at first, and it's not in time. So coming in to score is Bruce. And the hustling Schumacher beats it out.
Yeah, Bruce Bochy got to wait and have this one reviewed. He may come out. Just told Buster Posey, go talk to Jeremy Affeldt. At the very, I'm sure Affeldt's going to be out of this ball game anyway with the right-handed Cozart coming up. And let's take a look. Sandoval's thinking too. We're not there. Then he thinks home, and now all of a sudden he redirects to first base.
And they might have got him.
I don't know if it's definitive enough to where they'll overrule it, though.
No.
Yeah, it's tie.
So they will stick with the call. And Bruce Bochy is going to get Affeldt. I mean, you could see what Buster Posey was doing. Or make that Pablo Sandoval. But when you got a guy that can run a little bit, sometimes 2 looks is going to be too much. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and repair experts. We'll be back. It's 4-0. And Casilla now will face Zach Cozart.
There you see the numbers. They're all good. 27 base runners and 30 2/3. And he needs to get out of a jam.
And that pitch runs in tight. So it's 1-0 to Cozart. Cozart bounces this one off of Casilla, and now it's in no man's land. And the bases are going to be loaded.
Going to be an error on Casilla. Off the crack of the bat, you always think a double play. So he's kind of getting his lower body in position to make the throw to second base. A little jam shot, nice pitch. And just does not come up with the ball. Once the ball hits the mound, it takes a little bit of a funny hop. So E1, bases loaded with one out.
So here's Homer Bailey. And Bailey bounces this one. And he's going to go to second, and Crawford did not tag him. And coming in to score is Pena. Bruce Bochy is going to have a little conversation with this one.
Well, Brandon Crawford gave Bochy the high sign. Let's take a look. So they're all going to talk about it.
And Bruce Bochy's not going to waste any time, I don't believe.
Now there's the force. Throws low. He digs it out.
If he scraped the top of Cozart, then he's out.
Oh, yeah, he's out. Got him in the helmet. Yeah, he's going to be OUT.
This will be the fastest replay of the year. This replay review is presented by Xfinity. You think that they drag it out so there's a little bit more suspense? I mean, you should just make the call right now.
Well, you're right. The umpires just saw what we saw. The whole ballpark saw what we saw.
Yeah, you don't need New York for this.
You do not.
I mean, I'm doing what Gregor Blanco's doing. I'm running off the field. Maybe you're not allowed to do that. I'm not sure.
No, the Giants outfield are all starting to move towards the dugout.
So that's going to be a double play, correct?
Correct.
And the run does not score.
Does not.
So that'll go 3-6.
Watch the helmet. Gets the one hopper. Nice play from Crawford. Hits him right in the helmet. He's 3 feet from the bag.
This will be the quickest call of the year.
If they were to say this, that he was safe, that would not be good.
And home plate umpire DJ Rayburn saying the run does not score. So the Giants will go to the ninth. They got a lot of work to do. It's 5-0 Cincinnati.
Well, when we left, we thought it was 5-0, but the good news is when they completed the double play, here's a force, and they get the tag. You look at Pena at third base, and the tag and the runner was completed before Pena scored. So the score is at 4-0.
Yeah, look, in a perfect world, you want that guy at third, hauling tail, and he wasn't. It'll be Tyler Colvin to lead things off.
So Homer Bailey going to try and close it out here. He hasn't had a complete game since last July when he no-hit the Giants.
Colvin's going to take a pitch down low. Blanco's on deck. Giants have scored 4 runs in an inning before, haven't they?
I think in their 132 years, yeah.
They can do that.
I'm going to say yes, they can. They've scored 5 too.
And a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike. Don't want to lay out any false hope, but keep things interesting. Up the middle. Cozart got him. Nice play.
Cozart has really picked it clean defensively in this series. Another stellar play by the Red shortstop, and he took a hit completely away from Tyler Colvin. He's playing towards the bag, but he really didn't have a whole lot of time. That ball was scalded. A 2-hop seed goes to his belly. The Spirit gets up, and watch how quickly he gets to the balance point. Belly, hops up, back legs it, squares, and throws a strike, and it's not close. That's the big leagues.
And Blanco takes down low. And that's bunted foul.
Brad Pena's coming out talking to plate umpire DJ Rayburn, saying, you know, he bunted that ball, it hit him. Well, if it hits you as the bunter and you're out of the box, you're out. If you have 1 foot still in the box, you're not out. It's a foul ball, and that's, I'm sure, what Rayburn told him. Said he was still in the box. Argument over.
Sharply on the ground to Phillips, and Blanco's retired. And that'll bring up Hunter Pence. Yeah, this ballpark's been a little magical in a lot of regards. One of them is they've never been swept in a 4-game series here.
Almost happened earlier this season in the series with Washington, but they went down to the last game, won that one.
I think that was a Tim Hudson start. One and 0 to Hunter Pence. And Bailey comes back with a strike. It's 102 pitches now for Bailey. Well, having watched this team go through this stretch where some nights it's been pitching, some nights or lack of pitching, other nights lack of hitting. And you start running some good teams through here, it can happen. 2-2 now to Pence.
Yeah, you're right. A lot of it is how you catch a team. Are they hot? Are they healthy? Are you healthy? Are you hot?
And Pence drives into right field for a base hit. And that gives Buster Posey a shot. Homer Bailey had a no-hitter until Buster Posey singled with 2 outs in the 7th. Roxton is in the bullpen for the Reds. Pence will go, and Buster Posey pops this one up. Votto over by the dugout, and it's into the dugout, and it's 0-1. Posey lines this one. Hamilton there, and Hamilton will reach up and make the catch, and that's the ball game. So the Giants get swept in this 4-game series, and now on this homestand they're 1-6. And every once in a while we'll say, if you're playing great baseball, you don't want that day off. Well, the Giants are not playing great baseball, and a day off might be a good thing tomorrow.
Well, a month off is going to be what's good, and the month of June is over. When they reconvene on Tuesday, it'll be the month of July, and I think they're all very happy to say goodbye to June.
So the final score here this Sunday afternoon, it's the Reds 4 and the Giants nothing. Eastern's Giants postgame live with interviews in the wrap is coming up. But first, let's go to the Sportsnet Central studio.